ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Tiger Driver Radio. As promised, this week we are delivering you a special interview for our Christmas special. We had an awesome opportunity to sit down with one of San Antonio's up-and-coming talents and a man who has a lot of interesting things to say, a very interesting story, the uncanny DeMarcus Rashad, aka the Ghetto Dream, aka one of the best San Antonio has to offer. And dare I say, I personally think the man will be on the national stage in the next couple of years. And of course, we were also honored to be amongst his
stable, his members of his group Uncanny Dream that also joined us for the interview. That was awesome.
Awesome. Like I said, very lovely guest. Awesome time. As promised, listen in on this episode. You will not want to miss it. It is the gift that keeps on giving. It is an awesome interview. A lot of laughs, a lot of serious moments, a lot of truth, a lot of behind the scenes things that usually people don't hear about, but this man is not afraid to talk about it. And on that note, DeMarcus Rashad.
Here we go.
Let us just introduce this young man. If you could just introduce yourself, good sir.
My name is DeMarcus Rashad, the Uncanny One, a.k.a. the Ghetto Dream. And then I have my queens with me.
Hey, what's up? My name is Jessie Gift.
Tanya. Daniela.
We're the Uncanny family.
The Uncanny family. That's awesome. So let me tell you something. How long have you been actually wrestling?
13 years.
13 years. And was there any sort of break in between that time?
Well, my first 10 years was off and on. I was in jail.
Okay.
And then in 2015, I went to prison.
Okay. Could you elaborate as to why you went to prison? Or are you not legally allowed to?
I'll just put the main reason why I got convicted for my felony was selling drugs.
Okay. Alrighty. And I noticed that there's a lot of things that you've posted on Instagram in terms of what you have gone through, where you currently are, where you want to go. How does that influence you in your current wrestling career of what you have gone through in the past?
Well, my main frame is if they didn't break me in prison, they ain't gonna break me out here.
Yeah.
And the reason why I had messed up before I went to prison was I was wrestling, but I didn't have no guidance. I was still slinging dope, selling females, and DJing too. So my mind frame wasn't there. And I was weak-minded. So there was an incident that happened where I was made fun of on Facebook for being at a Ring of Honor show in the crowd. So when all those posts came out on Facebook, I took it as like, okay, if they ain't gonna take me serious, then I'll just go out and be a hustler.
Yeah.
And then when I went to prison, you can't think about everybody that's outside. So my first mind frame was, which was crazy, because I was like, I ain't gonna join no gangs in here. I ain't gonna be up under nobody, but ain't nobody gonna break me here. Not saying I went in there as a badass, but I went in there like, just get my shit together. So April 2016, I came home.
So in a lot of ways, it was a big wake-up call to kind of focus yourself.
It was, but also too to be able to witness. I witnessed young cats that came in there just like me that didn't know what they were doing, join gangs. I witnessed a dude get stripped on Thanksgiving because he wouldn't do something for the whole gang. And I used to tell myself, like, God got me here to experience things. And just on that alone, and then I had certain cats in there that been in prison for a long time, but found out that I was a wrestler. So they was like, you don't belong here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a person like you don't belong here. Get your shit together and get it going.
So in a lot of ways, once they found out where you came from, who you were, and what you were trying to do on the outside, they were kind of like, wow, you know what? We're okay with you. You need to not be here right now.
Well, that, and then also too, like, I'm not drawn to like talking about dope or anything that's been on the streets if we was in prison. And then while I was in prison, I was the only black guy in my dorm that didn't watch football or basketball. But when wrestling was on, I'd watch it. And then if nothing else was on, I'll go back to my bed or I'll read comic books. So everybody in there, they banging hard or they not being themselves. Me, I'm like, all right, I'm being myself. So that caught everybody watching. All 56 people were watching.
I get a lot of that too, because I don't like football or basketball. Just because I just watch wrestling. They tell me people make fun of me.
Wait, so you say that all of you guys are all fans of wrestling?
I am a fan of wrestling. Yes, I am. I've known Marcus for years, but I've been doing shows with him for 2 years. I started off at modeling, and I still do modeling now. So, and Marcus actually been an inspiration to me too. He actually is the one that tells me, get your ass up, and you need to do something with your life. And you know what? And I go out and I do it. I chase my dreams, and I am thankful to Marcus for, teaching me that. Like, you not only do you raise a certain way, or if your lifestyle is a certain way, you could always make something of yourself. Always chase your dreams, and that's what he has taught me, and I am very thankful for that.
Thank you. I know she talking about a situation that happened. That's what she's saying.
No, absolutely. So, like, in a lot of ways, wrestling was kind of the thing that would always bring you back to being focused again. Even if you were doing things that you shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah.
Wrestling was always there.
It was weird because, like, I can say this, and I wouldn't care if I get in trouble. Like, one time we had it was a major lick on some pills, and like I'm hustling, like I hustle hard. Everybody sees that. Well, we had the Connect didn't show up in time, and it's 7:00, and wrestling used to come on at 8. So, like, I'm up in my grandmother's yard, and I'm telling my cousins, I was like, bro, I'm just gonna give you all the money, and if he ain't here at 8:00, y'all gotta like meet him at the park because I'm gonna watch wrestling, like real talk. And it would be funny. Like, I started off selling crack cocaine, but from 8 to 10:05 wasn't no drugs being sold.
So so much so that your hustle took sideline for those 2-3 hours maybe.
And then on Sundays too. Like, I got cast out vouch for it.
Wow.
And then you also, I was looking into your IG, your Instagram, and you also got more athletic. Like, you lost a lot of weight as well.
It was depression. Like Kevin Gates say, when you fat, you depressed. That's what I'm saying. They didn't break me in prison, but they broke me before I went in there. Like, the outside did. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I came from a family where everybody else was basketball players and football players. But also too, like, I ain't gonna say this is an excuse or anything like that, but I always loved wrestling, so I was an outcast. But when it came to, like, I started selling dope when I was 15. So, like, okay, I can't play basketball. I can freestyle, I ain't gonna lie about that, but I can sell dope like a motherfucker, anything. So, like, that's one thing I can outdo my family.
And that hustle, you could use it in wrestling too,
I
right?
use it in wrestling. That's why a lot of cats don't like me. I hope they hear this on the podcast. They don't like me. I hustle hard.
And then how did your group, and I think you told us this before we started the interview, but how did you all guys get together?
This version of my group, it goes back to the relationship I have with my sisters. First, I still have the Bushido Kings. I still got certain members. The members that are with me right now are loyal. Those are my brothers. But, like, with her, I seen a star with her. These two right here are models. This one right here is a wrestling fan. So she used to come to Pegasus when I used to work as a bouncer. And we used to always, like, connect, and then we end up getting close. Like, this is my sister, and then when I saw her aunt, which I didn't even know that was her aunt, I just thought she was a model.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And then we hooked up like that. But, like, I have a thing where, like, I can see talent, and she, like, the situation she was telling y'all that she was going through some shit. She was with I ain't gonna say nothing, but you gotta surround yourself with people that's gonna uplift you. And
absolutely.
I used to harass her on Snapchat because she used to be going out all the time. Like, I ain't down on her, but it's just around.
And this is where I say he was always on my ass, because he was like, he needed to chill out, going out and everything like that. So I started putting all my energy into modeling. And he came up with this idea that he wanted, these ring girls, good looking girls, coming out pretty much like box bitches, let's put it that way. And so I told him, hey, I have my aunt, which is here, Tanya, right here.
She didn't tell me that part after I liked her aunt picture.
Yeah, right. So I was like, well, I know a couple of girls. So, I brought her in, and she liked, the exposure out there. So, and this is something new to her as well. Mm-hmm. She's never been out in a crowd. She's always been, behind a camera or whatever. And it's not that easy, People think, you're just standing behind a camera posing. It's not that easy, you know what I mean? So, and that's how we ended up getting business together. And then we met Miss Daniela over here.
But she's a wrestling fan, so go ahead, tell your story.
Well, I've been watching wrestling since I was about 8, on and off since I was 8. But it wasn't until about 5 months ago that DeMarcus saw potential in me I didn't know I had. So that I really, really, truly got into wrestling, like the actual business.
Anything you watched or preferred when you were young, like WWE or Lucha stuff, or WWE? Oh, okay. Yeah. Anything?
But as of recently, I've been really loving NXT. Like, that's my favorite right now.
Yeah, that is good. It keeps getting better.
And she would be training soon to actually be in the ring.
Next year, yep.
Hopefully alongside with DeMarcus, or maybe alongside with other female wrestlers that are out there.
Yeah, me and DeMarcus as a team, we have a lot of potential. We've seen that. We've gotten compared to, who was it, DeMarcus?
Shane Douglas and Francine.
Yeah, compared to them.
At PWI, we got compared to that. But, like, I saw her in the hallway at Heavy Metal, and I saw that I could make something in there. And then I took her, but I met her before everybody, so it's been 2 years. Wow.
So we've known each other for actually a while.
Mm-hmm.
We run in the same circle as well.
Okay, so it's funny that you mentioned the whole Shane Douglas Francine thing, because that's the mental note that I made when I first saw you, when I met you at Heavy Metal a couple of weeks ago. I was like, it kind of reminds me of the whole Francine Shane Douglas thing. This is kind of cool. I dig this, and I didn't even say it at the time because I just met you. But that's the exact mental note I made.
Douglas,
I'm
like wrestling to me is like, so I grew up watching ECW and WCW. Like, we watched a little bit of WWE, but it really wasn't getting my attention. So like when me and her got compared to her, to Shane Douglas and Francine, it was like, damn, because only if you can truly watch me, you'll see how I cut my promos like Shane Douglas. And then the way I wrestle is like something like Chris Candido and Sting and Booker T all in one.
Yeah, like I noticed that you focus a lot more on the body parts, and you're a lot more systematic with how you use your moves rather than just trying to be flashy. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's not.
Man, right now, everybody in the wrestling game right now, a lot of cats don't want to do. They don't want to take their time. Everybody want to do hot spots. Like, don't get it wrong. I can flip. I can do everything in wrestling. I used to do deathmatch wrestling too. But like now everybody's watching. I'm not knocking on, so I ain't gonna say it. But you got a lot of cats. They want to do flips.
They want to be another Will Ospreay. Or
but me, I just want to fuck your ass up. Like at the end of the day. So like if you come wrong, I'm gonna fuck your ass up.
And the thing is, like, I'm glad that you mentioned the whole style of how a lot of people want to be, flashy, doing the high flying. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but do you kind of feel like what you've seen here on the independents and thus far in the past 10 years since you've been in, where the industry might kind of start getting away from that and back more towards old school wrestling storytelling? Do you see that kind of coming back again?
Every 10 years there's a phase in wrestling, and 10 years ago we had the phase where strong style was more dominant with deathmatch wrestling, and then right now you have, like, I'm gonna give a shout out to certain wrestlers. You got guys like Richie Garcia, who to me can build up good wrestling matches, gonna go out there and wrestle you. He's the same height as me. Then you got guys like Dill Dipsy, Gregory Scott that want to wrestle, and then you got the guys out there nowadays that see those three guys that I named right there. They're themselves. They build their own wrestling style. But then you got a lot of these young kids nowadays that I'm gonna try to do 5 super kicks. And if you wrestle me and some of them other guys, they're gonna break your ass down and tear you apart. Like, set you up to where you gotta get your shit right. And so, like, right now, it's cool to do what you gotta do in the business. Like, it's a business, but you do not want to be compared to the next man. So, like, right now, with these girls, these ain't like, I'm not no player and I'm no pimp. These two are the pimps, and I'm just the muscle. And then, like, we could say, like, that may be the, you know what I'm saying, the female that does what she does, but in actuality, she a killer.
Pretty much, she gets her hands dirty, we don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
We would come to her if we wanted somebody to be taken care of.
But it's real life pimping, though. It's behind the scenes.
I mean, I can see that.
No, there's more girls that y'all don't see.
So we do the say so, and she pretty much just do the dirty work.
You just gotta be yourself.
Yep.
I've been following you for a while and watching you evolve from where you were. Like, it's been awesome. Like, seeing you go through all those phases that you had. Like, you told us earlier before the interview, like, you were just like a baby face and like a good guy, but now you're evolved into like something much cooler, I think.
Everybody wants something. Everybody wants reality. Like, nobody wants a wrestler where my goal was, like, when I first started back, when I came back from prison, 2016, I had to be a pretty boy. But I already had my mindset a year from now what I'm gonna do. So I was like, all right, one day I'm gonna have females with me, and they ain't gonna be hoes, but they're gonna be on some some boss shit. And then I was like, so this is crazy because nobody really lets me get to tell you this story. So when I did the Bushido Kings, I did that out of anger. So we were certain people are gonna say, like, I'm satanic in a way because they don't understand what it goes. So the Bushido Kings started off as a black group, but the week before that I got shot at. So that Sunday I got shot at Pegasus. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we were gonna be invaded. So now I was able to watch the matches until October, because then I started remembering, like, we had just won a reward for, like, the stable, whatever. But when I did that, I took the black guys off, and then I started being multiracial with it, and then we started being more satanic. So then we're evolving. Then we got to the point where it was so satanic that certain people would be like, oh, I see what he's drawing a pentagram, this and that. So then I had to fade them away. And then when I went to heavy metal, Dunbar was like, what do you want to do, like, right now? I was like, bro, on the cool, like, I want to fade out like the Uncanny DeMarcus. I was like, but I want to bring back Ghetto Dream, but I want Ghetto Dream to be what I was originally supposed to do when I got out of prison. So I told him about the girls. Certain people be like, oh, but they hoes. I was like, no, they're not hoes. So when I bring them out, this is how we're gonna do it. Because like my thing is like this, I'm closer to a female than I am to a dude, and I told them that, like I told y'all that in the back, like a female ain't gonna do nothing foul to me. As long as they're doing their pictures and they're modeling, I train her to come up in the wrestling game. Like their thing is modeling, so they're not gonna be in wrestling forever. But if I get signed, I'm taking her. She's Danielle's coming with me. So this right here, this goes back to before I went to prison. I had a whole bunch of females with me that was like my sisters. These are my sisters right here. So that's what the evolving is.
Yeah, and it was a lot. And I mean, you've been in cage matches.
One cage match. I hate that
death
match.
matches. You hate it?
Yeah. Right now, you know, I hope this podcast get hurt. So right now, nobody won't do a death match with me because I have six. The reason why I evolved so much, I have 6 mentors. One is Scott Summers, and then you have Steve DeMarco. Then I have Mr. B, and then y'all met 2 of them in here. And then, which this is real cool because this is a trip. Rodney Mack stays on my ass. Like I don't train with him, but he stays on my ass. So if how can you say this? Scott Summers and Rodney Mack, if I fuck up, they get on my ass. So I make sure that my shit's correct. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you see I try to perfect my stuff, but I'm shooting for a death match with no ropes, straight barbed wire, but I want mirrors in a corner, and I want to go against heavy metal Ruben Steel. That's my goal in 2020.
Yeah, Ruben Steel. Yeah, we had an interview with him too. So
it's ironic that you say that.
Yeah, it is ironic.
Cause like I got to wrestle Terrell Tempo. I had a death match with Ruben Steel, but I want that one.
Is Danielle also gonna do death matches?
No, that's gonna be my.
I mean, your facial expression says otherwise.
Yeah.
Never say never.
A drunk death match, please.
Drunk death match.
I'll do that.
Man, that just speaking of death match, because it's funny that you mentioned Ruben Steel, because we interviewed him about a couple of months ago on our show. He was on our show. He was a friend of the show. Secondly, we were just talking about how we personally felt that deathmatch wrestling gets an improper rep just because everyone thinks, oh, it's just dudes hitting each other with a glass, and I'm like, no.
The people that do, like the people that be like degrading death matches, you gotta understand, like in this business, you're gonna get yes and no's. So you got like companies like Heavy Metal that's not scared. They're willing to show what everybody's doing. Because if you're a true wrestling fan, I get mad when I be looking at CZW and Beyond Wrestling, and I'm like, damn, look how much they're doing. They're like, their business is blowing up. And like when you see CZW guys, you're like, damn, like I can do that. But Texas for a minute was scared, except for Anarchy. But Heavy Metal is like taking that and like they're doing it. So I think I think deathmatch wrestling, I think Texas alone needs to have a deathmatch tournament once a year.
I completely agree. And in fact, like I'm getting ideas just thinking about it. I'm like, they should bring, like, yeah, you got to showcase the best at Texas, the people in Texas that are willing to do it, because not everybody's willing to do that.
I tried to last year. They said no. So this year on this podcast, I hope they say, they hear me and they say yes.
Maybe invite a couple of legends in to be part of that death match. Wouldn't that be insane? Jun Kasai, some guys from Japan to come over and do it.
I would like if I did a death match.
You did Doki one time too, right?
I wrestled Doki, and his chops cut my chest open.
Oof!
It wasn't a death match. That was the day I became strong, like true, legit strong style in my eyes. I couldn't take a shower for 4 days because his third chop, he was chopping me with his hand, and I started bleeding.
Ow.
Oof. Yeah, he was from Japan. He don't speak no English. That's a funny thing.
Oh man!
But who would you have the match against? Yeah, I cut you off. Sorry. You were about to say who you would have a match with.
If the death match, like I would put myself in there, Masada, Sick Nick Mondo. I would love to go against Matt Tremont, Ruben Steel, Andy Dalton, and then if he was to do it, because I used to watch XPW, either Messiah or the Messiah or Supreme.
Supreme still occasionally does it. I know that he still does.
Bro, I would, because I got to wrestle New Jack. And that was, bro, because everybody used to tell me I wasn't going to be able to do it. So, like, if you go back and watch it, I didn't know how to act. That was the night with the black guy. So I was too, like picture everybody telling you that you're not going to make it. So, like, I knew 2 months before that New Jack was coming here because Dunbar had told me. And he was like, I'm putting you in a match. And that's where the Ghetto Dream came back. Because DeMarcus Rashad can't do that. But the Ghetto Dream, like, I'll go toe-to-toe with him. Like, I ain't tripping. So that's another reason why I came back. But I say I would love Masada. and Matt Tremont.
Masada, Matt Tremont, both. Yeah, that would be awesome. I'm thinking about that. That'd be absolutely awesome.
I know I'll get killed, but shit, I love earning my stripes, bro.
Yeah, you're not afraid to put the work in.
Hell no.
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna ask a question about lists.
Okay, let's do the list.
You like lists, right?
I love lists.
So on your Instagram, you keep putting wrestlers that inspire you, that you for your moves, for your move sets, that you want to, that you build into your own style, and you have several wrestlers on there. I think I saw it was Chris Benoit and Great Muta and Samoa Joe, like different people. But like currently, who would say that would, if you could pick 5 that currently inspire you, or you take maybe something from them or of what they do?
Currently, right now, it's always gonna be the same, because low key, I take my kicks from him. It depends on what match I'm in. My submission skills are from like Samoa Joe. My charisma is always going to be from like Sting and Booker T. A lot of people, I don't like this, and I'll be honest with you. A lot of people be trying to compare me to like New Jack and shit, and I don't like that shit.
Do you think it's just an automatic association with your past and stuff like that? And
no, because I stabbed a dude a couple of months ago in the ring.
Oh, okay.
With a bottle, because he's a bitch.
Like, oh, word?
Nah,
Okay.
like, nah. I stabbed him in the arm, bro, like with a broken bottle. It wasn't like I was mad, but like, fuck.
This is during a match.
Hell yeah, during the match. Okay, so I can deal with a lot of racial shit, but I'm not gonna keep, like, I'm half black, half Mexican. So like, you say the N-word, I ain't gonna trip. But when you say it in a racial way, he didn't say it, the ref did. So I felt like he should pay for it. But the ref got kicked out during the match, and it's embarrassing. Back to the styles, like low-key Samoa Joe, Aleister Black, Great Muta, because he still wrestles, and a lot of people don't give this guy his credit. God dang it, what's that boy's name? The white boy with no shoes.
Matt Riddle.
Yes.
Absolutely. He's a beast. You know, did you ever watch that match between him and Katsuyori Shibata?
Yes. Yeah. Well, because also too, like, I'm a very like Japanese inspiration too. So like Suzuki, and who else is another guy that I like? Is it Suzuki? I'm trying to say the dude with the hair.
Yeah. With the mohawk, or like the different patterns.
I like being aggressive in the ring.
No, absolutely. I mean, which you are familiar with his like past as being the guy who was the king of pancrase and all that.
Kenta and Shibata. If you ever truly watch me kick, and then the way like I make noises is from them.
Absolutely. Which it makes me sad that Shibata can't wrestle anymore. He's not allowed anymore.
He can wrestle.
I'm sure he could go, but I know the doctors say don't.
I would love to wrestle him.
Daniel, do you have any top 5 wrestlers that you like, or maybe women?
But besides, like, it's women, not men, so don't say me. All 5. Dylon.
Yeah, just any inspirations that you take.
Honestly, lately, most of my inspiration has come from independent wrestlers, because they bust their ass every single day to get the attention they want, the recognition they deserve. So that's where all my inspiration has been coming from, including you, DeMarcus. This includes you. You bust your ass every day, and like, that's so inspirational, honestly.
She's supposed to be. I train her, but like it's not to be like in matches. So I train her to be.
Ronnie Mac doesn't get on her too and say, hey.
No, that's a different thing. Like whatever I do here with them is different. They worry about what I do, so I make sure that my shit's crisp. So like he told me a couple of Sundays ago, like he's proud of me. So like, and it's funny too, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I was gonna quit in 2020 because due to a lot of stuff. When he came up, told me he was proud of me, so that gave me fun.
And with you guys, I'm not sure if you've shown them, or have you guys seen maybe managers you want to look like or be like, as far as
for wrestling, I just mainly do it for a hobby, coming out as a ring girl mainly. But for modeling, I really want to push my career in modeling. And like, if you go see my IG, you would see nothing of me promoting myself, promoting my brand, which is Jessie Gifts. So anybody out there, go ahead and follow my page. On Instagram, it's Jessie. It's Jessie _3 gift. So go ahead and follow me. But it's really hard, especially in San Antonio as a model. It's really, really hard. It's small. It's not like a big, there's not really a lot of models out there. And that's where I really want to be in magazines that are for tattoo models. I have been in this one magazine. It's called Draw the Line. So I've been in that magazine. But I want to further that. I want to be able to go travel around the world to do bigger magazines, you know.
That's why they're
So
well, not to cut you up, but that's why, like, when I saw them two, like, for them being in modeling, they already know what to do. Cause like our photo shoots, we're gonna have more photo shoots coming on. So she's the boss.
Base is real
Yeah.
big on social media, which that's where we come in.
So you got the models, and then you have the wrestlers. So they just in it to like how can you say who's a model that was in wrestling that really didn't wrestle?
Well, Trish Stratus started out as a model, and then she became a wrestler, but she became a good wrestler.
See, so you never know.
Yeah.
Because she works out a lot too, so you may not ever know.
Fitness model.
Yeah.
She does a lot of fitness modeling. Me, I'm more of like in the fashion.
And the sex thing.
Yeah.
Alternative modeling, fetish modeling, whatever.
No, you gotta look at the IG.
Raw,
Huh?
to be as much raw. I mainly like in the tattoo, sexy, fashion.
Porn.
That's where I come from. That's where I come from.
No, but see, but my thing is, it's like, y'all don't take this the wrong way, but I want my queens, like I said in the beginning, like, when my goal is to get signed. So she's coming. But off of me getting signed, the door should open up where they should be able to live their dream. That's why I call ourselves the Uncanny Dream Family, because our dreams are going to come true regardless. It's all a family. Modeling and wrestling go together.
Absolutely.
Which porn?
In terms of getting signed, do you have a preference of where you want to go, or
Yes.
wherever the opportunity takes you?
Me and Danielle are shooting for Ring of Honor or Major League Wrestling. So not to knock nothing off, what I'm about to say this, because I heard this from TJP. I'm not aiming where everybody else is aiming for AEW or WWE. So let's say if Impact, Ring of Honor, MLW calls, if I can build a name to the point where they call us, we're good. I don't want to go somewhere where I gotta make a name for myself. I want to go somewhere where I can build off a character, and to the point where you come and call for me. But my eyes not WWE or AEW. I've always loved Ring of Honor.
Absolutely. Now, I mean, granted, what if you did get offers from, let's say down the road you did get offers, would you necessarily turn them down, or you just never say never when it comes to an opportunity?
From WWE or AEW?
Or anybody else. Or even if New Japan is like, hey, we want you to come to the dojo.
My goal was always to go to Japan. So, like, yeah, New Japan, yeah, I'm going to jump aboard. But as for WWE, I'm broke right now, so yeah. But that's not my goal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But anybody that got a check right now, I'm tired of working.
Fair enough. And before we end up going, does anybody have any last words that you want to say to the...
Well, actually...
What?
Tell us again where we could follow you guys.
That first.
Yeah.
You can follow me on Uncanny IG, and then they got you. And then we got... Snapchat Premium coming out soon. Not with them two.
No.
Not me on it.
No.
Not
Don't
Danielle
tell
on it.
people.
But it's going to be called Uncanny Family.
Okay.
Me on there.
I'm joking.
Boy, stop.
Whatever girl she
You could go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Like I said, Jessie_3 times gift. So you could go ahead and check my page out.
Cool.
Show me some love.
Miss Tanya Aguion on IG.
And on Instagram, Daniela.Renee with 2 E's.
Very cool.
2 E's.
And I don't add nobody on my Snapchat because that's personal.
Right, fair.
But I will add you on Facebook. But I don't like when people be waving to me. If you're a grown-ass man and you waving to me. Oh, no, for real. I had a dude today. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, she had 536 people. Had her on Facebook.
Yes.
So she
That was
gonna get
just from
536
today.
waves. I had a grown-ass man, bro. Like, I ain't tripping. If you do what you do, you do what you do. But if you waving at me at 2:16 in the morning and I find out where you at, I'm gonna slap the dog shit at you.
Okay, that is like...
No, because motherfuckers be like, why you waving at me 2 o'clock in the morning? Monday through Friday.
You at 2 o'clock in the morning.
You better not have no lotion with you when you thinking about me.
What do you think about you?
Man. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't wave. Don't do it.
No, I mean, like, if you...
Don't add me on Facebook either. No.
They do that. Motherfuckers do that.
What?
Like,
Seriously.
What are you talking about?
Anybody can show me love on Instagram. I really don't care.
yeah, show me love on Instagram because
Yeah.
I gotta, like, add you. But on Facebook, they can send a message where they be waving.
I mean, you can DM and Instagram them.
Well, majority of the time I say, do I have to accept or
you
not?
You can accept it or you can't, like...
You can reject it.
Yes,
Yeah,
you could
you
ignore
can.
it,
True.
reject it, or whatever.
So we just saying this, the Uncanny Dream family does not play that shit if you waving at us. Because 3 of us are in a relationship.
Yes, I am. And
Danielle, she's she don't like being in no relationship, and she in one. She in the one with
Never said
us,
that,
but it's not sexual. It's spiritual.
Fair enough. Point is, don't wave, don't be creepy, be respectful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
All right, before we go, man, you got any last words for the public out there?
Yes, I'm gonna say this. In life, if you're destined to be something great, you're gonna go through the most terrible storms to the point where you're gonna think that you gotta commit suicide, or you gotta fall, or you gotta break. And the only thing that God is doing is testing you. Because trust and believe, if you follow me on IG at 4:30 in the morning, I always give you motivational quotes.
Yes, he does.
Yes, that's
He's
true. I
very
do
good
follow.
at that,
This
honestly.
boy is up before anybody's even up.
And I'm not on drugs. It's pure talent.
That's awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any last words before we cut it?
I want to thank you guys for having us, first off.
Don't smoke crack.
Oh my God.
Stop it.
Stop.